Well, Christian, thank you so much. I am so sorry. I am 36 minutes late, but as you can kind of tell probably from the past couple of weeks, I'm moving a lot. So I'm just now able to slow things down, and I'm excited that we get to spend some time and get to know you before your big event this weekend. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Welcome for Getting to Know You, the podcast hosted by Jovanna. This podcast is basically where I really am intrigued by entrepreneurs, by people who have somehow figured out how to move that needle, whether it be starting their own business, taking over a business, or even bringing their business full circle, like the event you're hosting this weekend. One of the things I noticed from the website is it looks like you've been promoting for this, and am I saying it right? Runway Review, KC?
Yeah, that's right.
Is that
Runway
the
Review.
proper website? So it looks like you've been advertising for this since late December.
Yeah.
So it said December 20th, 20. So, I mean, here we are already in April of 2021, a couple of days away from the pre-party. And how are ticket sales going? How's it looking as far as turnout going? Are you
Ticket,
able to see that on your end, or?
yeah, ticket sales are growing great. I mean, we had initially planned to do the event in December of 2020. My thought was to really give my designers an opportunity to maximize the selling opportunity, do an event during the prime selling season, which, as we know, is the Christmas holiday season. So obviously we had to change that, and the event has been moved to May. With the global pandemic and everything, there was just no way for us to do a live event. And at the same time, with the way the numbers looked, I was not going to be, as a community leader, someone bringing the numbers up for the coronavirus by any means. So we decided to postpone our event, wait till things cleared up a little bit more, and we pushed it to this weekend for our pre-party and Saturday, May 8th for the event. But ticket sales are going really well, and I think timing is a huge part of life. You know, I think the timing is absolutely right. I feel, believe, and have heard from so many people that they are just ready for an event, ready to get dressed up and go out and see their friends, ready to do absolutely possibly anything. And I'm excited to be bringing the first live fashion event to Kansas City since fall of 2019.
So this question may seem ironic, but what are you wearing to the event? Do you have your ensemble picked out? I
Yeah, I
always
know.
forget about myself when it comes to event. Like, oh, what am I gonna wear?
Yeah, I
So
know
what
what
are
I'm
you gonna
wearing.
wear?
Yeah, it's tough because people always, they ask me, they say, well, you're a designer, you must make all of your own clothes. And it's like, well, I don't actually pay myself. So no, I don't make my own clothes because I really only make clothes for people who pay for them. So, um, but I've got a great outfit together. I mean, the event this weekend is our kickoff party. So it's definitely going to be a bit more casual of an atmosphere.
Mhm.
I've told all of my patrons and attendees that it's fashionable cocktail attire. So we want you to have fun and be in your best cocktail dresses, but put a fashionable edge on it. So I'm going to go with my straight leg black chino trousers. I've got a Christian Michael V-neck t-shirt, and then I do have a Christian Michael black corduroy blazer with a pocket square I'm going to go with. So something casual, but allows me to still work. I'm going to really show off though in my shoes. I have a pair of disco ball diamond encrusted embroidered loafers.
I
So
knew it. I was waiting patiently. I was gonna be like,
yeah,
I envision you that day wearing these just bomb straight kind of black pants looking with these.
yep.
I was like, I want to see his ankles. Like, I think he's gonna pull off some loafers. So what I was thinking is perfectly in line with what you're thinking.
We're
Which act Oh, go ahead. I'm
we're
sorry.
on the same page. We're on the
Yes,
exact
we
same
are.
page.
We're on the same page. I don't know if you can see my background or not, but I have brought my closet to the studio today
I see
because I
that.
want your help in what to wear. So what's so funny is when I was figuring out, this event, I was talking to you about, it's so funny as we've been getting to know each other, all the people I'm like introducing you to, you already know, which is awesome. I'm like, ooh, I want to let you know so and so's coming. You're like, yeah, I know her. I'm like, this is awesome. This is so cool. So I think we both know a designer and a stylist by the name of Kyla.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Kyla's going to be my date. to the event. I've been
Awesome.
thinking about, I need a stylist. My cousin, Lauren Thomas, she is the designer of Lo and Behold here locally in Kansas City.
Mhm.
She's got a great collection. I'm always wearing her clothes about and just working on trying to improve my style. Just, I care about my style, but I don't. Like, I will definitely wear something with a hole in it. I'll wear something with a bleach stain in it. Like, if I think you can't see it, I will definitely wear. It's kind of like how I do my hair. Like, I never do the back because I don't think anyone can see.
Sure.
It's kind of how I do my hair. But anyway, so when we decided that we were going to come to the event, I Googled in Amazon vintage cocktail attire.
Nice.
I had no idea what was going to happen, but like you said, I'm definitely ready for an event. It's springtime. I want to get out there. I want to really represent. So I thought we could take some time and show you some of the things I picked out. So everything, I'm going to stand up, and I haven't practiced any of this. So if you can't hear me or it gets weird, so let me know. I'm going to adjust. Can you still see everything?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, can you still hear me?
I could still hear you.
Wait, oh, cool. Okay, yay. Okay, so all of this is everything I've purchased since you and I have talked, meaning all of
Awesome.
my Googling has got me here.
Yep.
I was wanting to do something really fun with this red swing skirt, but
Yep.
then when I got the outfit, it kind of looked a little Minnie Mouse. So
Yeah.
I
could
I don't,
definitely see that you Googled vintage, because it absolutely has that silhouette and cut. And it's
I
pretty hard to
did.
escape vintage when you've got polka dots everywhere. So
I do, and I like polka dots. So, but
I do too.
I'm really digging this skirt. I haven't tried it on yet. And so I was thinking, but I can already tell this is not going to be what I'm going to be wearing. It's not going to fit my silhouette kind of how I like. But
Sure.
in my head, I was thinking that red skirt. And then I kind of like this. I'm not really good with cold shoulder, I guess they call this look.
Yeah.
It always
With the
kind of
cutout.
looks like,
Yeah.
yeah, it always kind of looks like my arms are like fighting for something. So I kind of tend to stay away from it, but I wanted to have it as an option. Now these two, I was really excited about because I thought maybe I could pair this with these nice leather pants,
I love leather pants.
but the torso, thank
It's too
you. The
big.
problem I have is the torso. Yeah, how'd you know that? Yeah,
It's
it's a
just,
little too big.
well,
And
I
then,
could already tell from your frame. You're a smaller frame,
uh-huh,
and most things off of the rack, if you don't buy a size down, you may fit your
uh-huh.
shoulders, but it's not going to fit your body. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, man. Oh, and look at these little bad boys. I got some little
Hot,
leather shorts for the summer. It's not
hot
quite time
pants.
to wear these yet. Hot pants, not quite time to wear these yet. But when it's time, I like to pair them like with something really fun because I think they speak for themselves, like just a lot of
Absolutely.
leg and a
Yep.
lot of that. But so far, I really liking this the best.
Yeah, that's cute.
But I don't know what to do with it.
The big dramatic sleeve is cute. Well, it's a separate, so you've obviously going to have to find a bottom for it. And I would think with that,
Okay.
skirt or dress more so than pants.
Skirt or dress more so than pants. Okay. And then back here, oh, this was fun. So my idea, this looks like a clown suit. So when we do post-production of this show, I'm going to put a screenshot of what the model looks like in on this.
Yep.
This is not what I got. So they didn't have my size, but I thought it was okay to go a couple size bigger because it's the internet.
Sure.
So I was like, oh, I'll just go a couple size bigger. Well, yeah, I don't know if this is going to, I feel like a
Yeah.
clown.
It's a little like a Snuggie or something like that. Yeah.
This is so embarrassing talking with you because, obviously this is your background. And then I always love this. I've
Yeah,
I've
that's
worn
beautiful.
this twice.
Yeah.
Thank you. But what are your thoughts on recycling things you've worn? Because I mean, I don't have the budget every time there's an event to go and get something new. I think we all want to, but like if I take a great picture in this, which I did a couple summers ago, I don't know. I feel like if I wear it again, like everyone's gonna know. Well, they'll know now, but
No, I'm a big believer. I mean, who has the money to go out and buy a brand new event cocktail dress or a brand new attire every single time they have an event? And at the same time, I'm a big believer in reusing things. Fast fashion is a huge problem in the fashion industry, and fashion is the second largest creator of waste in our earth, the industry
really,
as a whole. So you reusing garments are not only just knowing what you love and knowing what you look good in, but at the same time doing your part to not, promote fast fashion and just throw things in landfills. So I'm a big believer in reusing. And who cares if you already took a picture in it and you look great? I think that's even more reason to wear it again because it works.
Well, thank you. And I also brought, oh, here's one I really like. I also brought some shoes in the back because I wanted to show you kind of my shoe style and get your opinion on them. Ooh, these are my favorite. I got to meet Toni Braxton.
Very
she
cool.
Thank you. She complimented these shoes and I haven't worn them since. So, but I really like these shoes. They've got a nice heel and they're comfortable. And I also want to make sure like the shoe doesn't walk me. You know what I mean? I sometimes see girls tramping around in heels and it's just is not a good scene. So I always try to make sure whatever heel I have on that it works for the occasion. I try to pay attention to that. This keeps falling. One of the other dresses I got, which I don't know, this may be a little much. Christian?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Oh, good. Here's one.
I love the floral. Floral's gorgeous, especially, a white background dress on your skin tone is really going to make it pop. It's really beautiful.
Thank you. I like it too, but it seems kind of, and then it goes with my favorite blue shoes.
Very
So
cute.
Thank you. I have a pair of blue suede shoes that I literally would try to wear to every event if I could. I want to remember to go Google them so I can get another pair.
Yep, absolutely.
I was thinking this with those blue shoes, but something light, fun.
Yep. You know what that is too, color wise. Those are the logo colors of Sporting Kansas City, which is the location of our party. So that would go hand in hand quite perfectly, I think.
Well, thank you. I like it. I had a lot of fun with it. And one of the things that's so cool, we didn't even really, it's not that we didn't discuss, but you know how you said everyone's like looking for an event right now.
Sure.
And so it's cool. It felt good to be able to put the commerce back in economy just like that. You're hosting an event as an entrepreneur. I want to support that. So in return, I go and get an item or good for the event, go to your event, support your event, and it just keeps going like that.
Yeah.
So
and
I
talk about the personal mental, gain in that too. When was the last time you actually thought to yourself, oh my God, I'm going out. What am I going to wear? What am I, going through the process of figuring out and putting your outfit together? Tell me how foreign that almost feels to you now because it's been so very long. That's great for people.
Well, another thing I realized was I had to Google a mask. Like now that's a part of my wardrobe. I was like Googling black satin mask so as I started to really come to terms with the social distancing and the mask, I started, kind of thinking like, oh, this is another thing. I need to have another thing added, like a beaded mask or nice mask. So that's one more accessory. You've got some great promo and hype videos. Oops. You got some great promo and hype videos. And what's funny is on my way here today, we met mutually through Kansas City Fashion. Yep. And what's so funny is a long time ago, a friend of mine, Katie, I told her I was starting a podcast, and this is about a year ago, which by the way, you're kind of my first official podcast. We have about 18 or 20 in the vault and none of them have been released. Cool. So they're now all like a year old. It's just, I don't know. I have this thing about it's not ready until it's ready. Sure. And one of the reasons I could not move this needle on the podcast is I'm a very vibrant, energetic, fun-loving person. And I just love getting to know people, their journey, their path. And as far as an introduction, when you're doing a podcast is very personal. There's only 24 hours in a day. And as 24 hours in a day, I'm understanding that podcasting is when people are spending their time to connect with us, to communicate with us. And so you had posted a video this week, which we're going to play in post-production or live. I don't know. We will play it. And I clicked play on the video and it hit me like a ton of bricks. I go, this is the song. This is what I've been missing. And I heard that song and I go, this is why I am now ready to host these podcasts. I needed that one more piece, that one more thing that connected me to the listeners. And there's something about that melody and that tune that I feel like every time I go to start the show, I would be able to do a fun introduction to it. So I wanted to
Awesome.
thank you, because I mean, that's just kind of how cool life is. There's no way you would ever be able to be told that, oh, let's pick this song for this
Sure.
promo. It comes to me and now I'm going to use it on my podcast. It doesn't work like that. And I don't think it's supposed to.
Life is
So
timing and moments.
life is timing and moments. So welcome Belinda Post to our show, our Getting to Know You show. She is our celebrity guest today. Christian, I wanted to take a moment and introduce you to Belinda Post. She comes from us from KCTV5. She hosts the morning show, former Kansas City Chiefs cheerleader. And man, we are just fortunate to have her with us today. Hi, Belinda. How are you?
Hey, how are you guys doing? I'm super excited to be here. And JoJo, the last time we talked, I felt like we got rushed and cut off. So this is a better format.
Yay, we did. Welcome. Thank you so much, Belinda. Everyone. So Belinda is someone that I follow closely. She always has great fashion to also mirror and match a great personality. She's very professional. Like I said, I just reached out to her and let her know about the event. She will not be able to be with us on Friday, but she will be coming on May 8th. So she wanted to just extend her support. And thank you, Belinda.
Yeah, I am so excited. And, Christian is a great designer. I know him from Kansas City Fashion Week. He is pretty good friends with my friend Aaron Blakely, I think. And when we were planning something for the Bacchus Foundation, he was one of the first people to step up. We were kind of doing a runway fashion show in the bottom part of a place at the plaza. And so he was awesome and was going to help us out with some of the wardrobing. And, Christian, I just want to say thank you for that, obviously, because Bacchus is like near and dear to my heart and, making a difference for people. And I really admire your fashion.
I thank you very much, Belinda. I love that as well. I remember the event. I'm glad to always reconnect with folks in town where, like-minded in that. Bacchus is an amazing organization. I split my time between fashion and nonprofit philanthropy because I'm a program coordinator down at Hope Faith, but I love what Bacchus does. I'm happy to support. I believe wholeheartedly in using your platform to be a leader in the community you live in, and I love where I live.
Well, we're really blessed to have people like you and people like JoJo, obviously making a difference. And I heard you were doing something with Sporting Kansas City. And I mean, I think that that's amazing. There's certainly a lot of buzz with all the sports around town. And we love supporting soccer here in Kansas City. And I can't wait to hear more on what you've got planned.
Yeah, I'm excited. I started building and producing the show last year, and then we obviously had to push things back with the global pandemic and everything. So, but as I was building the show and building my sponsor bank and things, I signed Audi of Shawnee Mission, the local dealership here in town. And Audi is Sporting Kansas City's presenting sponsor as well. So I've built a great relationship with Audi. Our demographics cross over, our customers cross over. It's the same person, it's the same customer, it's the same Kansas Cityan. And I got a call from Sporting Kansas City last week. They reached out to me directly saying, we've got a great contact with Audi. We love all our people over there. We love what you're doing and follow you on social media. We'd love to talk about mutual partnership. So I did a little squeal and dance in my own head and then ran out to the dealership and grabbed my contact at Audi, and we drove out to Children's Mercy Park and met with their marketing director and director of events. And we winded up landing the Audi Sport Club and Executive Suite and Lounges for our pre-party this Saturday, April 24th. So we're calling it the Audi Sport Club Runway Review pre-party event. They're going to cater the event for us, appetizers and desserts. We've got a full open bar. My Audi dealership is displaying some cars in front of the park, and we're doing free valet service for all of our patrons. I have myself and 6 other designers doing mini collection previews, literally just kind of showing people what they can expect for May 8th. So we'll show 5 looks each. There should be about 40 models on hand. and we're going to celebrate. It's exciting to think that live fashion events are back in Kansas City. It's exciting to think that I'm doing the first one of those since really,
Oh my
winter
gosh.
2019. I mean, when was the last time you got dressed up and went out with your girlfriends?
I mean,
Been a
I don't know.
while.
I'm a huge fan of dressing up in the apartment and like doing my little
Right.
runway walk in front of a mirror, but I think that I'm like pretty much alone in that. Jovanna, I have to tell you, I am so jealous of everything you guys are going to be experiencing. I'm like, you better hit that appetizer a little bit double hard with me in mind. I was so bummed. I'm going to be in Atlanta this weekend, but I was like, May 8th, I'm definitely there. And, so excited for what you guys are going to do, because that's like something, you guys are both a part of the Kansas City like creative community, and that's something that sometimes it doesn't always make the headlines and it always isn't, in the spotlight,
Mhm.
but people are so creative here.
I agree. One of the things I'm finding out is just by helping others, it feels so good. And you're able to meet so many people who just get you on such a private level that you wouldn't even understand. So the community here in Kansas City, they're very welcoming. I have really yet to have any type of barriers as far as, knocking on doors for anything, really reach out to, just like with Christian and yourself. So I'm
Sure.
excited to be a part of a community that supports all kinds of creativity, like the fashion show, connecting it with the Sporting KC event. Like, I'm not a big soccer fan. I've only been once, unfortunately. So I'm excited to be able to see the venue in another light and be able to connect with that space there. So this is a great opportunity, and anyone who is free, April 24th, the doors open at 7, or the doors open at 7 and they close at 11. And like Christian said, there's going to be free valet, there's music, there's appetizers, there's models, there's fashion. I mean, it's going to definitely be an event. I believe you said, Christian, I had offered some photography services, and you had said that you have how many photographers that day? How many
Well,
do you have coming?
yeah, it's grown. I will give a media pass to any photographer that wants to come to the shoot. I do a little venting on them, but I've got a
Wow.
really great relationship with a good number of photographers from the city. I think I've
Sure.
had I think I've had 8 submit media applications, and then I have 2 videography teams as well.
Wow. So we've got the
Oh,
flashing
you're
lights
so
there already.
professional.
Oh, flashing lights. In fact, I just confirmed and sent my payment over for my red carpet deposit from ABC Theatrical Company. So
Oh,
we're going to do the whole
Oh,
9 yards. Audi has this beautiful wall with the Audi rings on it, and painting of the soccer field behind it. I've got red carpet that will go down in front, and I've got a studio fashion photographer that's doing VIP red carpet shoots for all of our patrons. We'll have those up the day after the party. We're going big time.
yay. I am so excited. It's going to be a great weekend. This is an excellent way to kick off spring here in Kansas City. I couldn't think of a better way, a better person, a better thing to support. I mean, the level of professionalism you've put on this is just outstanding. I follow you on Instagram, and I saw you sent out 200 personal invitations. Oh, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
That
We,
is
we,
so beautiful.
stuffed, stamped, and handwritten thank you notes to all of the folks that we've got. I think there are things that really set you apart from the others and what they do. And I want to be the best at what we do. At the same time, like I said, I want to use our platform. You talked about the Kansas City arts community, and we're so very blessed in this town to be surrounded by so many amazing artists. And even in my personal industry of the fashion industry, I want to use my platform to not just grow my business, but to support my colleagues around me. There is more than enough industry and business and opportunity in this city for all of us. And
Mhm.
if I can provide my colleagues the platform to succeed, the means to succeed, then we're all doing good. So, I'm not charging my designers to be involved in the event. I'm not charging them as a vendor to have booth space to sell their wares. We're providing all of our marketing materials in the way of videography and photography to them for free. If I can perpetuate and grow the local industry, it only benefits all of us.
Look at that. I mean, I'll silent clap that. That was that is so refreshing to hear the support, because as a entrepreneur myself, the biggest thing is just that support. Like you said, I'm not charging for vendor space. Thank you. I know they appreciate that. And you're allowing the videographers and the photographers, allowing them to utilize, and you use a great word, which is perpetuate. Excellent word. That's exactly what we all should be doing, is perpetuating each other any way we can. And I'm thankful for Kansas City Fashion for connecting us. You've definitely got your finger on the pulse here in Kansas City. I can't wait to celebrate and support you. And what's exciting is this is just the pre-party. I mean,
Yeah,
Jiminy Crickets, we're setting a high bar.
This is just the pre-party. The actual show is until Saturday, May 8th, and that is going to blow you guys away. I have one of the most beautiful venues in Kansas City with the Laredo event space. We're doing non-traditional runway, which means it's European style on the floor. I have 2 grand ballrooms at the Laredo with 5,000 square feet each, an attached bar with 2,000 square feet, a 600-person wedding chapel with stained glass and altar, all of the suites and side rooms and the connecting hallways. We're going to put patrons through the entire building and walk models in and out of rooms and up and down stairs. We're calling it full immersion fashion. And I've got some of the best designers in the Midwest showing collections. Not only all of this are we producing, but I'm showing my new 22 look women's wear collection that I'm calling Signature. And it's really some of my best work ever.
Did you post, so the other day on your Instagram, you posted, Eddie, do we have that picture of that dress you posted, that green dress? I have a question.
That's my next collection.
Well,
you've
look
always
at you,
got to be
Mr.
thinking
Planner.
about, the fashion industry's fickle. It's what have you done for me lately? And I've got 2 great interns that I'm working with right now. They are finishing up the last bit of details on my current collection. I've already started on what's next, Jovanna.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Hold on. Belinda said she's back in the waiting room. Belinda's call dropped off, so she's back in the waiting room. I saw
gotcha.
that.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. Sweet. Hi, Belinda. Did we lose you? Oh, I'm always early or late. I think she could hear me. So looking at this dress, when you go to design, are you thinking about a certain size of a person? Like, because this at a glance looks like about a 4'6" kind of thing. Do the designs always translate into maybe plus sizes, or how does that work as a designer?
It's, our show specifically wants to call out, I've got a member of my board that we've called our director of diversity. The fashion industry has changed a lot within the past 5, even 10 years. And we're very huge on body positivity. And in fact, I've got, male and female designers. We have plus size and traditional runway size. I've cast my first, what we call age plus model, who's 55 years old plus. We're trying to feature every body style, form, sex, race. We believe wholeheartedly that fashion and beauty go hand in hand, and all of us have the opportunity to be fashionable and beautiful. So I'm not just dressing for a traditional 6 foot tall size 0 woman. I want all of my clients, all of the ladies in town, to be able to feel strong, powerful, and empowered in what they're wearing. So the dress you're seeing on our picture, it's so odd because the modern sizes have pared it down to make us feel better about what we are. Traditionally, that's going to be like more of a 12 pattern, but from a sizing standpoint and American sizing, it's probably a 6 to an 8.
Yes, I'm pretty vexed, I feel, on clothing and sizing, and I've known for a while that the average size in America is around a 12 to 14, and really, media has made us think that the smaller numbers is where it's at, but really that's not the case at all. So I've never really had the opportunity to talk with a fashion designer, like this, in these intimate questions. So it's really good to hear it coming from you that you are thinking about everybody, because I don't know if people realize that. But one of the things, you have a promotion video. Oh, there's Belinda. Well, hi, Belinda.
Thank you guys for letting me back in. You'd think that I've been Zooming for like the past year, I'd have it down by now, but here I am, freeze in the background, whatever. But I'm back.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you calling us. I appreciate you joining back in. All you missed was Christian was saying, he's the planner of the group and he's already 2 styles ahead with his seasons. And so we were able to see something he was working on, which was this beautiful green ensemble. But he was saying he's going to premiere his collection on May 8th, the one you'll be at. So so Belinda, this is what he's working on. That's
I love it. I saw the post while he was talking, and 2 seasons ahead. I mean, can we get it here sooner? We're ready this summer. The people are restless.
It's I'm calling this next collection. I mean, I've got the next 10 collections in my head. It's just a matter of sitting down and making it all. But I knew after this collection, because the one I'm premiering in May is really what I'm known for. It's what I'm calling signature. It's the diamond quilted fabric and the outerwear that I'm known for, the sleek, sophisticated military style with a strong, empowered woman that the Christian Michael brand is known for. But like I said, fashion industry's fickle. What have you got for me next? And next I'm doing Christian Michael Safari Chic. So I have this amazing safari collection in my head, and my hope and plan is that next season's show that we produce, I'm going to move locations and we're going to put it inside the caves at Subtropolis and do a safari show inside the caves.
How cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And when you're saying this subtropic, you're probably going to cringe a little when I say this, but I'm remembering this episode of Sex and the City where Samantha had a facial peel or something done, and then she's walking out in the beekeeper suit. But man, that safari stuff, it looks so amazing and so fun. I mean, man, just perfect for hopefully this warm weather sticks around, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to come right into it. I've had a lot of response already from, it's hard for me to not teaser what I'm working on because I'm big on social media, and at the same time, I love it so very much. The second I make it, I'm like, I want to share it with the world.
Yeah.
So
I have that problem too. They call it spilling your candy in the lobby. That is definitely me. I want to tell you everything right now. I just finished a sentence. Guess what? And here's a new paragraph, but it doesn't really work like that. You got to give them a little bit in doses, and it's a whole thing. But I think you're balancing it. I think you're balancing it well. One of the things I always can tell if I'm really feeling an outfit is the minute I see it, I want to, if I can think, what shoes am I going to wear? That's the second thought, like, bam. And so when I saw that dress, I go, what shoes would I wear? So for me, that means I'm feeling it because I've already put it on my body. I'm already down to the shoes. Where are we going? And I'm still working on my fashion. That's why I'm sitting here in a tank top. But I would probably pair that pretty green dress with like a poppy pink shoe. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's how my brain would work, like to pop it out. So
no, pink is great. Pink's in the design. I'm with the Safari Chic. I'm going to do a lot of solids in a khaki or camel colored as well. And we're going to go with a lot of accessories, big, huge grass hats, large gold bangles, lots of extra stuff. I've just bought some really great leopard neoprene that I'm going to make a bodysuit out of and a romper. And that same dress that you saw, I'm going to cut into separates and do a bikini top and a super high waisted short with it as well. So.
Can I ask?
So do you sleep?
What was that, Belinda?
Oh, I just wanted to pop in and ask a question if this is okay with you. So what is kind of your inspiration for this design? Because I think that that's something that so many people want to know, right? Being a designer, it's a very creative process, and sometimes you're telling a story. So what is your inspiration for this next line?
So the next collection on the safari side, I really look at a mood, a time, and a place. I like to start from a collection standpoint when I design with a general feeling, and that can come from a fabric or a genre or a time of frame, or even music, and I had this with the current collection that I'm debuting in May being so very much in my wheelhouse. I thought to myself, again, Christian, you need to try and push the boundaries of what you're known for, go outside of the box a little bit and come up with something different and strong. And I'm just so proud of, I'm just so very proud of all of the women I've known in the past year and how far we've come in so many different areas. And a tiger roaring, a lion roaring, a safari goddess, it just came to me so very strongly that it really started to resonate. And then once I get an idea and I start fabric shopping and then I find what I want, it just builds and builds. And then I make one or two looks and then And then I stand back and I look at those 2 girls, and then I make a sister look to it, and all of a sudden it's 5 looks. And then all of a sudden I add a couple more and it's 10. And then I stand back from 10 looks, and it's like, oh my God, my mind is just going. I could literally make, like, if I just had a team of 100 sewers and 50 years, I could make all of these collections in my head. But we're trying to pare them down to one session at a time. I know exactly who the next girl is, and I'm already in love with her.
Wow. You know, you kind of like brought up some very interesting points there, especially ahead of Mother's Day, right? In the past year in the pandemic, we have seen so many women, whether it's grandmothers, moms, mom-like figures, wear so many hats, because all of a sudden you're the educator. All of a sudden you are working and you're doing it all from home. And then there are these digital divides and everything that we're dealing with. And Jovanna, I feel like you are so good with this because you understand it all, writing a children's book and understanding where people come from that.
Yeah, I kind of the other day had this epiphany about the children's books. It was really weird.
Yeah.
I realized what was going on was the children's books have actually become my scrapbooks. So when we started our family about 10 years ago, we still take a lot of pictures and do a lot of things. I'd print the picture, put it in the book, and but I wanted to share that on such a broader level. How I realized this was I was in the process of finishing up the collection the other day, and I had to go back to our scrapbook, and I realized I was looking at like 12 books. Like every page I go, oh, there's JoJo Knows Halloween. Oh, there's JoJo Knows Skiing. Oh, there's JoJo Knows Birthdays. So I realized it has to do with that multitasking. Like, how can I do everything at one time, but still give my all? So as you transition from going into a family and a career and a business, you want to do everything at the same time. So I still want to take pictures. I still want to be involved, but at the same time, how do I do that? So that's where the children's book came, was we can take all of our experiences and give them back this way in a fun, creative way. But let's sneak in some vocabulary. Let's sneak in some iambic pentameter. Let's sneak in some reading interdiction.
Wow, you're dropping literary devices there right and left.
Man, I've been waiting to share iambic pentameter for about 6 months. Somebody about it.
Jovanna wins a grammatical cookie for the day.
Seriously.
Thank you. So it's been fun, man. And what's crazy is about a month ago, I don't know if either of you have experienced this, but I was running so fast. It's like Christian. The minute I write one book, I can see the next 10. That's not the problem. I don't even focus on the one I have. So what was happening was we were preparing for our Barnes and Noble event, and I realized I felt this weird kind of selfishness. I hadn't even taken the time to give the proper attention to taking the goal all the way to Barnes and Noble, to saying thank you along the way to how I got there. And that's when I put a hard stop on everything. I go, I don't want to overlook those types of things, because I now see something bigger. This is a milestone. This took a really long time. And so ever since that day, I just feel better. I feel a little more slowed down. I understand that as much as I want to give everybody every book, it doesn't work like that. Like with Christian, like I can't just give you the collection. Like it has to come in these doses when it has that designer and that artistic feel behind it. And until that happens, it just can't come about.
When you talk about running hard too, I think if I remember correctly, this lady was at the Super Bowl. She's sitting there Zooming with me, showing Kansas City and, getting the word out there about your books. But were you on the way to the Super Bowl, or you were at the Super Bowl?
Not so much on the way. Literally, when that live ended with the KCTV live, we left within 20 minutes to catch our 10:15 flight to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's safe to say you were running.
Yeah. Oh, I was running. And what's so crazy in my head, I was telling my husband, I go, when we get to the airport, do you think anyone will notice I was on TV? He goes, I don't think so. I don't think it happens that fast.
Yeah.
So I got to the airport and I was like, no, I don't think anybody noticed. But it's fun. I don't know how you do that every day, by the way, going live like that and being so prepped. You texted me back at like 3:30 a.m. I'm like, how is she awake?
Isn't it crazy? Like, so I have to tell you this, Jovanna, we were sitting there messaging back and forth, and Christian, you may or may not know this, but I'll let you know, like literally I was just at the launch for something in Johnson County. I am over here, so in Johnson County right now. I'm going to a board meeting right after this, but I was like, you know what? I definitely want to talk with you guys because I think what you're doing with Kansas City is so special. And again, like, I feel like I draw so much inspiration from like creatives like both of you, because that's a way of expression. It's a way that a lot of us during a year that quite frankly was really hard, whether that's through fashion and being able to put your best foot forward as you walk into the world, or whether it's through literary devices or reading and just finding growth in that way. Like we all need that. And it was a struggle of a year. So yeah. I just, thank you, like being from Kansas City, being from here, everything you're doing, any moment that we can take to celebrate, we should.
Absolutely. You couldn't be more correct, Belinda. It's, art is important. Fashion is important. All of this is important for all of us, not just from a community and a business standpoint, but a physical and mental standpoint. I've talked to so many people within the past week or so that have bought tickets that have just messaged me after buying tickets to say, I'm so very excited to do this again. I can't tell you the last time I took the time to think about, what am I going to wear? Where are we going to go? How do I get there? What's the night after? It felt so very foreign to them that they felt necessary and the need to just reach out and say thank you. And my God, I'm excited. I really am.
Right. There's something about a fashion show that makes you sort of smile and stand up a little straighter and be ready to go. And, that's the kind of stuff that we want to take in our life so that you truly are, what you need to be for everyone. Because that's the thing, if your headspace isn't right, if the pandemic's affected that, you got to start saying yes to these positive things so that you can be the best mother, so that you can be the best friend or coworker or whatever it is that you need. And that's, I think, like, honestly, like where a lot of the mental health issues and a lot of the things that the pandemic brought on, it was all these elements had been stripped from our lives. So, I mean, the fact that we're kind of on the uphill swing and able to even like get together in a mass, socially distant, limited capacity way, I mean, let's just praise that. That's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's
It
not
is amazing.
my soapbox, guys.
Yeah. Preach, girl. Preach
no,
that.
No, Belinda, no, she's I don't think it's a soapbox. She's right. This last year, I would love to say, oh, I wasn't affected and oh, it was fine, but I would be lying.
Everyone was.
I felt alone a lot because personally, I had ramped up the books all the way to this point, and then it just stopped. And I wasn't prepared for that. And it felt like, well, that's what everyone else is doing. You can't talk. There's nothing to talk about. Your project isn't the only project that stopped. But I wasn't prepared for like a complete reset, like how that part took some time. But the one thing that I believe came from Belinda, as you call it, your soapbox, you still every morning had to get up and do what you had to do to go to work. You still had to do your live performance. You still had to be Belinda. And I think that part of growing through the pandemic was still making sure you woke up and you were yourself, no matter what your space, adjusting and just, going back to your roots and morals. So we're all coming out of it slowly. I've been traveling and I can see the differences and the ebbs and flow of people, and people are starting to let you sit by them again. And, slowly but surely, you don't get, you don't get the look anymore when you sneeze and people look at you like you got cooties, which you could. So we're almost there. I think, I was telling Christian, one of the things I had to look at was Googling a mask, like what to wear for the event. Like I want my mask to look nice with my.
All of our designers, all of our staff, all of our patrons are going to be, we've got a mask order still in place. It's still across the city. We support all of that, and we're going to carry that through to our events, but that's a new piece for our designers. Our designers then have to make masks for each one of their individual collections. I'm showing 20 looks. I had to make 20 masks, and it's a big part of those looks and another opportunity for you as a business owner and a designer to use that branding. Every single one of my masks are ChristianMICHEAL logo embroidered and labeled with my crest. Some of our other designers actually live with Rex Wall of House of Oliver, and he's doing all leather masks that he got heat stamped with the logo and stuff on them. So it's a new wrinkle for all designers, but it's something to add.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to make sure people take, right? One of the things I want to make sure people take away. So this is a pre-party leading up to the actual event, May 8th. What's the biggest difference between the pre-party on the April 24th, beginning at 7, and then the May 8th event? Like someone like myself and you, Christian, obviously, who are going to be at both, and Belinda, who's coming to the actual event. What are going to be maybe some of the differences? And I think you get my question.
Yeah, the difference, I mean, essentially, we're at 2 different locations, the pre-party this weekend. And honestly, the pre-party this weekend is a party. We're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate all the work that my executive team, that my sponsors, that everybody in the community has done. We're ready to kick the new year off and be ready for the show. And what better way to do that than a party? We've got a full bar and all that other stuff. There is going to be a mini runway show at the pre-party, but the biggest difference is the show has our runway show, an event, and it's held inside the Laredo, like I said, European style on the floor, but it's going to feature 15 to 20 look collections from all of our designers. I've got 6 local designers, 1 student designer from Johnson County Community College, who was my intern last season and is showing a mini 5-look collection, and then one of the best new retailers in Kansas City with Black Label Threads. So the biggest difference is just that the show will actually physically have the runway show in it. At the same time, we're going to have all of our vendors set up vendor booths. All of our designers will set up shopping market booths after the show, allow all of our patrons to shop those designs from runway to retail immediately off of the runway. So again,
so your ready to wear is going to be on May 8th, not at the pre-party.
Well, all of it. That ready to wear is going to be so. We're doing a mini runway show on the pre-party on Saturday, but that's only 5 looks from each one of my designers. The runway show, my designers are showing a minimum of 15, and there's a few of them like we're showing 20 looks. So we're giving you a taste of the runway on the 24th, but we're not letting the whole cat out of the bag.
Little tease.
Okay.
And love it.
The little tease. And then with the VIP pass, for May 8th, does that get you a seat on the runway, backstage?
Get you all access backstage across the entire venue. It gets you a guaranteed chair for the runway, and the runway is across the entire space. So it's wherever you want to sit. It's going to get you your first cocktail complimentary at the bar and a free glass of champagne on ChristianMICHEAL.
Oh, I can't wait. Belinda, I'm excited because this will be the one that I'll get to see you at. And I'm excited. And so basically, I keep kicking that. Belinda, earlier.
I was just about to say, the only question, girls, is what are you going to wear?
Well, I think for April 24th, I think, Belinda, I brought my closet with me to get some ideas from Christian. And we're either going to go with this fun kind of swing vintage blue and white dress with some
little
blue
Vinny
heels.
vibe.
I say, Jovanna, you do that dress for the pre-party because again, it's the sporting Kansas City colors.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And then I've got the cutest little blue shoes. Oh,
yeah,
they're my blue suede
shoes. Absolutely. Those are perfect. You're going to look
These
great.
These are my favorite shoes. I'm obsessed with these shoes. I'll take them anywhere.
I've been looking in the corner though. I see a little bobblehead. I gotta know, who is that bobblehead right there at the bottom of the screen?
Oh my gosh. All of my friends, this is Rocky. So I am not a Rocky fan. Rocky. I'm a Rocky fanatic. There's a difference. So a fan is just like those Yo Adrian people, and they got like 2 or 3 lines. And no, I know how many eggs he cracked in Rocky before he got up. I know what time he got up. I know who was on the phone. I know what year it was written. I know the score. I know the Oscars. Like, it is a big deal. So this is Rocky. He's my good luck. So I try to bring him with me. You know, this is kind of like my Rich Eisman start. You know how he's got all those little things in front of his desk? This is where I'm going to start with mine.
Right.
So I'm going to start with Rocky. Thank you
for
asking.
You got to bring that on the pitch, because sporting they had a heck of a season last year. I did get a chance to go out to their playoff game, which
Yep.
that was probably the worst we'd seen Sporting play all year. But you know, they're gonna go all the way this year, man.
They look great this
Bring
year.
your
I've watched a couple of the games already. It's actually really crazy because our event is Saturday the 24th, and the home opener is Friday night.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're going
Ooh.
straight from the home opener to our event on Saturday. So
Big
I'm
weekend.
really excited. I'm really excited that, you know, we've made the partnership and stuff. Those guys are going to do really, really, they look strong. I'm excited.
It sounds amazing. I mean, you're
Everybody's
supported
ready.
by some really people who
Mhm.
have established themselves with respect and professionalism in the community. You know, like you said, everyone's just supporting, and to be able to have that facility and have those beautiful backgrounds, and
Yeah,
it's
it
all
just
coming
it
together.
adds to the
So
night. It's going to be gorgeous, you know, because that club looks to the east, and we'll see the sun, you know, or I'm sorry, to the west, and we'll see the sun go down, and then to the east is the field, and they'll have all of the field lights up. They're going to put our show logo on the jumbotron, and we've got
Oh my
access to the
gosh.
executive suites. I just confirmed with my social media team and my promotion team. I've got a couple Chiefs players coming to the event, and it sounds like a couple of
What?
professional female soccer players as well with the Kansas City team. So
Um,
we're
you guys,
Star-studded night.
you guys better watch out because they might put you on the field with a soccer ball. You never know
Man,
what's gonna happen.
That would
I'm
be
in the
a
best shape of
bad
my life.
idea.
I'm ready to run. I'm ready to go.
You're
Yeah.
good. You're ready to
I
run.
don't-
You know, I did play in a game during one of the breaks. I think it was 2 years ago for a fun little match. And man,
Cool.
I don't know that I actually kicked the ball ever, but I did like sort of prance around, and you know, I made it the full time. So you never
Belinda,
know what happens.
I'm sure you made it look great. I'm sure you made it look great. I'm
I
really
had
excited
Fun,
too
right?
because
That's all that matters.
after our first meeting, when I did the walkthrough at the venue and we ended up signing Sporting, my marketing rep and the director there pulled me aside and she said, you know, I follow you. I love what you're doing. I love
Aw.
Audi and the connection and everything we've got going on. We do our end of the year players ball and gala on the field. Would you be interested in maybe producing a little runway show for that? And hey, maybe even styling some of our players. And I'm like, oh, I think I can
Sign
do
me
that.
up.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think I can do that.
I think that's a yes. Thank you for thinking of me. That's an easy yes. Yes, thank you. I
That's
appreciate
an
it.
easy yes.
Wow.
Well, no, I'm excited. Like I said, I haven't played any type of organized soccer in almost 15 years. I I just like to run, and I got to the middle and I was like, so is my position, can I cross this line or do I stay back here? And they're like, okay, you're done. So no,
You're
I'm
done.
I'm definitely not your soccer, but I do know about football, and I promise not to embarrass you, Christian, if there's any Chiefs players there. I know how to act in public. I won't.
No, you're all good. We've been talking to a couple of their managers and stuff. We're going to take a couple of executive suites at the party on Saturday and set up what we're going to call a super VIP area to give them,
Good,
you
good,
know,
good,
because
good, good.
they're all great guys, but at the same time, they want to enjoy themselves, and they don't want the night to degenerate into them having to take selfies all night, which they absolutely would do because they're great people, but those guys should enjoy themselves as well. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, Belinda, I wish that you were here this weekend so you could partake, but it sounds like you're going to
know.
be in Atlanta,
I
and
promise we will make
enjoy.
up for
I
it on
hope
the
you
8th.
have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? That's the
Definitely make
thing.
up for it on the
You
8th.
guys are gonna kill it. You're gonna have I mean, it sounds like so much fun. I'm missing out, but I'll be thinking of you guys the whole time. I'll be checking, you know, social media feeds, and I'm sure absolutely the legends, beautiful Children's Mercy Park, Sporting Kansas City, Christian Michael, Audi, everything's gonna be popping. And then you know what? It's gonna be here in like 2-3 weeks, and
Yep,
we're ready to
that's
roll
right.
again.
Absolutely.
I'm coming for the
Christian,
big
real
party.
quick before. I know, right?
Yeah,
She's
she's
gonna be
coming
here
for the big
for
party.
the May 8th.
She's coming for the big party. Don't worry. We're pulling all the stops out for that as well. So
Christian, are any of your designs in like Nordstrom's yet or anything like that?
no, not at all. I mean, I'm still I'm still a cut and sew designer. Everything you see from me, I physically make by my own hands. So
Wow.
we're not at the production level yet that we're able to produce the kind of numbers that a Nordstrom's or even a Hall's locally would carry, but I'm working on that. I'm just so very particular on the quality level of what I'm producing that I'm sampling with a couple of manufacturers, and The few that I've started with just aren't at the level that I want. So up until now, I'm going to continue to make honestly, I'm getting to the point where my custom order work is I'm bringing in some new labels and I'm going to serial number each individual piece and then hand sign the label on the inside. I'm really kind of going vintage Christian Dior 1940s kind of thing with it. I want them to be statement pieces, one of a kind pieces that you can refer back to the label. And it literally says, piece number 206 signed by me with a date.
Well, I
And
mean,
that's
you
the
already
thing
got a
that's so
head start.
special.
Yeah. It really sets it apart,
Well, I was going to say, you already have a head start with your name being Christian. You got Christian Louis Vuitton. You got Christian Dior. You got Christian Slater. Just kidding. I just wanted to name it the Christian.
But that's the thing that's so special about like you being from Kansas City and people who have your pieces. Like I told you, Erin, one of my best friends, I'm emceeing Fashion Week, and it may have been the day you're showing, or you may have been showing the next day, but she's like, I'm gonna wear my Christian piece.
She's got one of my jackets. She
It's
bought a
one
jacket
of a
right off of
kind.
my models. Yeah, and it is absolutely one of a kind. I know the exact jacket. Erin's a great girl, love her to death. And she bought that, literally ran over while the model was wearing it on the red carpet and says, I want that.
It be like that sometimes.
Pull it off of the model and give it to Erin. Yeah.
And JoJo, if you knew her, she's your size, like even maybe more slight. Like she's a tiny girl, hard
she's
to
5'9", 115 pounds wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
she wanted that jacket.
Oh, sure. I mean, his pieces are fantastic. So that's the thing that's, I think, so special about like getting a piece like that when you're able to work with somebody who did hand sew it, not that like, of course we want to see you grow. We want to see you blow up. We want to see you, whatever it is that your dreams are, like, we want to see that happen for you. But we also love the fact, like, we knew you when you're here, and when you had an opportunity to buy something that like this guy not only designed and imagined, but he sewed it himself. And that's really cool.
I want a vintage ChristianMICHEAL piece to show up on Antiques Roadshow 2075, and have some lady be like, oh, I pulled it out of my closet and I knew him when. Yeah, that's what I want.
I mean, you are definitely I wouldn't even say en route. I definitely think you've arrived. I think Belinda and I are just lucky to have your time early on. And pretty soon it will not be like this. The millisecond I went to your page, your website, and I started looking at your collections, my mouth dropped open. It had the houndstooth, which I've been obsessed with houndstooth print since 1985. I still have a dress I remember in kindergarten that I wore that was houndstooth print. So I saw one of your collections and I go, oh yeah, I love the black and the white and the red. And I just automatically, but it's a little more than that, because like you said, we're offering photography and videography. And what that means is you still have a team that surrounds you. You had to have a good photographer to take the pictures that represented you for people like me who never knew you to connect with you. So I think as you're growing, people forget that whole other piece. You can design as many beautiful clothes as you want, but it takes someone else's creativity, their entrepreneurship, and their talent to match with yours for the whole picture. So I was connecting with your pictures, with your videos, and everything.
Life and business require a village, and I'm very lucky that I'm surrounded by some of the most talented artists in the city. And my village is very, very strong, from stylists to hair and makeup designers to photographers and videographers to backstage production model to my models. I've been very blessed and lucky to work with some of the best creatives and artists in this city. I'm a big believer in allowing artists to be themselves. I was just talking with my director of hair for the show the other day, and we're providing mood boards for our designers to our style teams, but I'm not going to tell her how to do her job. Why am I, a fashion designer, going to try and dictate how a hairstylist should do hair? That makes no sense to me. I'm a huge believer in allowing artists to be artists. And I'm so very blessed and so very lucky to, one, have the team that I do, but at the same time be surrounded by so much creative energy in Kansas City. And I think that's one of the greatest things about this town. The artistic movement, the entrepreneurial movement, just the movement happening in the city is like no other anywhere else. And I'm so happy to be from here.
Well, I don't know if either of you guys would want to talk on this, but that is something for creatives who are up and coming, right? It's no longer just you can enter the scene as an artist. You do have to have that business mindset and always be looking out for that next opportunity, how the branding is coming forward. As someone who, mostly I will take freelance work, and I have done that, but for the bulk of my career, I've worked for corporations, right?
Sure.
And at the end of the day, it's very worthwhile if you feel like you're contributing to society in a positive way. So that doesn't mean, or rather I should say, it doesn't matter what your skill set is. If you're doing that and you're the very best pastry chef, and when somebody bites into your croissant or whatever it is, that all of a sudden they get some sense of joy or relief, that's one thing. But it's like, if you want to be the person who's able to open up your own bakery or whatever, you do have to have that business mindset. And I think that that's something that lots of times we miss in everyday education. They may not tell you, you got to have both.
Well, and especially in a creative or artistic sense. I mean, I'm very blessed and lucky. Cursed, blessed, whatever you want to call it. But I'm a hardcore creative. Obviously, I'm a fashion designer. I make clothing. I'm a hardcore creative, but I have a very strong business acumen, and I have a very strong sense of business. I couldn't produce the scale and size of show that we're producing if I didn't have that. And I'm consider myself very lucky and be blessed to be a hardcore creative, but at the same time, so very analytical, that I make more spreadsheets and lists than you can absolutely imagine. I mean, I'm producing a huge runway show with 136 models and 7 designers. All of them are artists, and it's like herding stupid cats, So,
yeah, get everybody there at the same time in the right place.
It's unbelievable how many times I've had to re-explain the same thing, but that's just that artist mentality. And in this day and age, if you're going to be a true entrepreneur, you have to not only be an amazing artist, but you've got to be an amazing business person as well. And I think you're right, Belinda. There's a lot of people that lose that, whether it's through education or through how they're brought up, or they're just their general scope of things. But you've got to be good in business. I mean, it's one point to make beautiful things, but it's another thing to actually make a living at making beautiful things.
Absolutely.
Well, I think you're doing a great job. You've shown a lot of self-discipline. You're able to carry your project that didn't come to fruition at the end of December 20 and bring it full circle here to here we are here in April and May, and now it's even better and grander and more people involved, and your scope is broadening and widening. And that's the part that you can't see in December 2020 when it's not happening. And that's the part as an entrepreneur that's the vision. So people ask you about your vision. Well, all is this is where you're supposed to be. And if you get there and it's not how it looks, you just reroute. It's not that you get off the course, you just reroute. And I think that's the difference between being able to take that I can make a cookie versus I want to be the person whose name is on the cookie. You just know it's in you. You can feel it, the fire. It feels like I wake up every day and it's like that Home Alone song when they're late for the airport. Just like, okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? But that's good. It makes me feel like I'm alive, and that all of those things I said no to so that I could finally say yes to the right things make sense. So that is the part in business people don't talk about, is you should say no as much as possible. So when you do say yes, it's right. So you value your time, your team, your effort, your energy, and all those things. So,
absolutely.
Well,
I'll give you one last crazy story and a great example of that. So this pre-party was originally scheduled to be inside the Audi dealership. Audi's our presenting sponsor. We were going to do this mini runway show and party inside their dealership at Audi of Shawnee Mission, which is a beautiful, beautiful venue. Last Friday, I got a call from my general manager and contact at Audi telling me that Audi sent out a nationwide email suspending all live events at all dealerships until the foreseen future. I had no backup plan. My contact at Audi, when he called me, he opened the conversation with, "Christian, let me finish talking before you react." And I was like, "Oh, John, that doesn't sound good." So he said, "I know." He said, "I can't hold the event. We've got to figure something out." I know that you've been talking to Sporting Kansas City because, like I had mentioned earlier, they called me because of our partnership with Audi. And he told me, Christian, call her right now. She's wanting to talk to you. We'll take this somewhere else. So, long story short, it all ended out being good, but I cannot describe to you the inner feeling I had when I got the phone call essentially telling us that the event was not going to be able to happen, that at the place that I've been promoting for the past 6 months, but life is about challenges and problems and how we deal and overcome with them. And I feel like we are in such greater position. The opportunity has become so much greater. My new partnership with Sporting was almost really kind of meant to be. It's just another true example of take a deep breath and life, take the challenge as it comes, move forward. You're prepared, make it happen.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you just have to stay calm no matter what, right? Because it all is going to shake out no matter what. You lose your job, you get a divorce, whatever happens, it shakes out. Like, people find a way to overcome. And of course, like this for you, I mean, right? I'm sure being a dealership was going to be amazing, but
yeah, sure. This is going to be so much better.
Designers like throw a fashion party at Major League Soccer. Like, the moment you're saying this, I'm like, we're not in Kansas City. Like, we're in New York.
Absolutely.
Where somebody's doing something like outside the box. And I'm not saying it's never been done, but I mean, around
how many fashion designers can say they're partnered with a professional sporting organization?
Not at this level, not Audi with the rings behind them.
Man, I'm telling you, it's just
pretty Audi's pretty major. That's pretty solid. I mean, but the cool thing about this is you got to grow another partnership. So now you have Audi, who thankfully you were connected with them and you put them on the bus with you, because when that one went down, they got you on a coach. They got you on like a bigger bus, on a charter.
Absolutely. I'm so very lucky with the partnerships and the sponsorships I've made. I mean, my contact at Audi and I over the past year in producing the show, he's become a strong friend of mine. We've shot promotional videos in his space. His son came out to a day that we were shooting, and we had an athletic trainer there that works with the Chiefs, and he and his son hit it off really, really well. We had an amazing drive out to Sporting Kansas City together. It's just ingrained the two of us together even more. Our customers are the same. Our patrons are the same. Our demographics are the same. We're really ingrained to the point now that I'm excited for this relationship, and I think we're going to have a mutually beneficial working relationship for the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow. That is that's music to my ears. I mean, at this point, I'm excited just to, Belinda, I don't know if you were on, but I was telling Christian on my way here, I realized how come he and I were supposed to connect. Following him via social media, I've been watching his post, and he put up this promotional video a couple of weeks ago, and the energy I received from this music and the collaboration and the model walking and seeing inside the venue, I felt that thing. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm back. I'm really connected to music, and I hadn't heard anything that sang to me in a while. So to be able to connect with his event, the song, I just like, this is it. It's time.
Yeah.
So my advice, anyone who's out there, entrepreneur, if this is your first day of being an entrepreneur, well, welcome. Our advice to you is to do a little bit every day. It doesn't have to be something great, but even if you send one email, pick up the phone one time, send a follow-up to anything, you are moving the needle just that little bit. It's not all going to happen at once. You have to think of it like a clock. And there's a minute hand and an hour hand, but there's also that other little hand in the back. And that's entrepreneurship. It ticks at such a slow, paceful rate that you just have to be paying attention. And so you feel like you're the minute hand, but really you're more the second hand, and you just got to be patient. And eventually it'll come around. But until then, you just take each tick and you make sense of it and you keep going. So that's
yeah. I mean, I think I'm trying to remember I was just digging in my purse to see if I could find it, but I can't remember the last time I actually finished a to-do list that I set out for that day, right? But I know that I'm working hard at it every single day, right? And it's okay if you're putting out a lofty goal that maybe you're not going to get to, but just like take a moment to celebrate those like little things, because each and every day you're getting a little closer, and that's huge.
You have to celebrate. I call them the feats. I think everybody talks about defeats and what happened, but there's also something called feats. Those are the little celebrations along the way that feel really good. Like, oh my gosh, I got a call back. Yay, you got to take that. That's not a non-thing. They didn't have to call you back. You need to celebrate that part. So this is definitely, this is what this podcast is about. It's about getting to know the entrepreneur, getting to know the person who's just trying to do that little bit more, who wants to connect, who's receiving, who's welcoming it. So I'm excited that Christian and Belinda were able to join us today. Today's Wednesday, April 21st. The event this weekend, April 24th. Doors open at 7 and they close at 11. And between then, there's going to be free valet, which is excellent. Thank you in advance for that. My shoes, thank you in advance. I'm going to get another 20 minutes of moving around for that alone. So there's going to be free valet and cocktails and appetizers and models and fashion. And man, this is awesome. Kansas City, we don't get to see a lot of this a lot of the times because we just don't. So I really hope you take this opportunity. And the tickets, Christian, by the way, thank you for giving us an affordable ticket price. The tickets to the event are $20.
Yeah,
that is crazy. It's awesome.
Tickets for the pre-party and $45 tickets for the show. I would much rather have 500 people there at an affordable ticket price than try and charge people $100, $150 for an event and only have 20 people there. You need to use the platform that you've got for good. I want the city to celebrate, not just those who can afford it. We were animate about wanting to keep ticket prices low. I want everybody to come and see. I want everybody.
This is definitely affordable. This is a great ticket price. It's affordable. It's fair. You have VIP parking. This is going to be an event. I can't wait to get this podcast out into the ether. You'll be able to find Getting to Know You out there on Spotify, Apple, iHeart. We also have a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. Please remember to follow Christian Michael, follow Belinda, post. I think, Belinda, your Instagram, is it BPO Show?
Yeah, we call it the BPO Show.
BPO Show.
BPO Show, yeah.
And then Christian, yours is it Christian Michael Schuster?
Christian Michael Fashion is the Instagram page. The Facebook page is Christian Michael Schuster, which is my full name. And then obviously we've got a Christian Michael business page as well. And Runway Review has a page. And then there's an event page for each individual one. And oh, by the way, all the tickets are being sold on our website, which is www.runwayreviewkc.com. Runwayreviewkc.com.
Well, thank you. This has been awesome. Belinda, I was telling Christian, this is actually our first podcast. We've got about 18 in the vault, but we haven't released any. So this will be the first one we release. So thank you guys for being a part of our maiden podcast voyage. So yay, we did it. You guys keep up. Have a great week. What is it? I wrote a little something at the end. It is it's good vibes. Oh gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, it's something where it's like good day, great vibes, happy lives. Something fun. I'll have to.
I love that.
Hey Christian, I'm gonna see you on the 24th. I'm pulling up. I'm Eddie, the podcast engineer.
Eddie,
I'm sliding, and on the 8th, I'm definitely be there too.
We'll put a
that's
put a face
podcast
with
Eddie.
a voice on a podcast. Yeah, we'll put a.
Hey,
face
where's Eddie at?
I'm literally right in front of him.
Eddie's got the light on me, so he's back. Yeah, he's back behind or in front of me doing the producing and running the board because I cannot do. It is not a good idea. I just need to sit and talk. I do that the best. So I've learned that. So I have Eddie with me.
Oh,
he'll be there.
Belinda, it's great to connect and hear from you again. I'll see you.
Oh
on the
my
8th
gosh,
too.
I know. Isn't that weird? You hear from somebody and you're like, you walk up to them, you're like, I don't know if we're allowed to shake hands now, but
Right.
digitally we can certainly say hello and everything. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great time, great place to connect with people, get out in society again.
Yep, absolutely. And I want
crazy.
red carpet pictures with each and every single one of you.
Yeah.
Done and
Yeah.
done. Done and done. Can't wait. All right. Well, you guys have a good evening. I'm excited. I'm gonna go finish writing these little kids' books and doing some other stuff this evening.
Thanks,
You guys
everybody.
have a good night, and I'll see you guys. Belinda, safe travels to Atlanta.
Hey, thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you soon.
All right. Yay.